When we were in the seminary, at least in college, I was studying in the province, not in Manila, because I finished my theology in Manila, UST, and I mean in the Philippines, for those who would like to know where is Manila, where is UST, But the rector, especially during Lent and Fridays, in the seminary, our food is kind of limited. And the rector would say, do not fast because you are already fasting every day. So what he's trying to say, if the word fasting, like the one we observed last Wednesday, one full meal, and the rest at least very light and not would kind of, the two light meals would not be equal to one meal. Kind of those, that meticulous religious ritual or observance. But for the poor and those who are starving, do we really have to require them to fast? When in fact they are already fasting and they are starving. So, in other words, there's more to it, just that physical or bodily discipline. It's more of a spiritual one. We fast because, again, to feel that hunger, but not just any kind of hunger, but hunger for God, more than the things that satisfy our body. What should satisfy are those and for the soul, for our spirit, hunger for God. And it should also have some impact on our relationship with Him and with our fellow human beings. And that's the message of Isaiah in the first reading. He was criticizing so strongly those who supposedly observed fasting as a religious ritual, and yet they were unjust, they were not compassionate, they were abusive to others. So it should have a spiritual effect, that with our hunger for God and His grace and His message for us, then it would also enrich us as a human person, but above all as a child of God, becoming more like Him, becoming more Christ-like, charitable, compassionate, caring, and kind. And you're familiar with this. For example, in a parish, it's always an issue, like the parking, especially when it's limited. Just right after Mass, supposedly partaking the body of the Lord and receiving His message and grace, and yet there are those who are fighting at the parking right after Mass. So what's the effect? So that's the point, and may our Lenten observances would really purify our hearts and make us grow in the faith, in conduct, and hopefully in holiness.